Welcome back, everyone, to the second part of my What If Marvel Never Sold the Rights to Their Characters. In the last video, we touched on a few films from Phase 1, and in today's video, we're going to finally conclude Phase 1 and also do most of the films from Phase 2. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first one we're going to be taking a look at is 4, which was released in 2009. This one would basically be the film we later got in 2011, except Hawkeye would not be in it at all. And you're going to see why that is as we move on to the final film in Phase 1, The Avengers, which will be released in 2010. The lineup of this film would be way different, as the lineup would instead be Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. The reason I cut out Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye is because I want to keep this at least a little bit close to the original comic that the Avengers debuted in. Of course, Loki would be the main villain. The very first film in Phase 2 would be Iron Man 2, which will be released in 2011. But this is what I'm building up to in this phase. The film would be more like Iron Man 3 with a whole bunch of changes. Firstly, Trevor Slattery would not be in it. The real Mandarin would be the bad guy, and Aldrich Killian would serve as a sidekick. Second of all, rather than Tony ending up in that town and being saved by that kid, he'd end up in China and be saved by Shang-Chi. Change number 3. During the final battle, Mandarin would die, and Killian would simply end up being arrested. For the final change, I'm changing the ending because that's my least favorite part of the film. I honestly feel like Tony destroying all of his suits and then having the surgery, making his arc record entirely pointless, is just completely unlike him. So the ending would be changed so that Tony breaks things up with Pepper because he feels the world still needs Iron Man. The second film of Phase 2 would be Thor: Journey and Mystery. Instead of Malekith and the Dark Elves, Enchantress and Executioner would be the main villains of this film, and they basically want to use the Reality Stone to become more powerful. Other than that, this would basically just be For the Dark World, but with much less boring villains. The third film of Phase 2 would be Captain America: The First Avenger. This would basically be the exact same film, except with the addition of a new character, Baron Heinrich Zemo, Red Skull's right-hand man. He's given an experimental form of the super soldier serum that not only makes him age of the state much slower than a normal human, but he's also given superhuman abilities. At the end of the film, during the chaos of Red Skull's banishment at the hands of the Space Stone, Zemo manages to escape. The fourth film of Phase 2 would be Fantastic Four, which was released in 2014. The film would obviously serve as an origin story and would feature the Mole Man as the main antagonist, who I'd want to be similar to Danny DeVito's Penguin from Batman Returns.